I'm very excited to have my book, The Creedal Imperative, translated into Korean by my research assistant, Jin Kim. It's a book that I wrote because I feel it touches on something that is of great importance to the church, both in her worship and in the way she disciples people. I wrote the book The Creedal Imperative because I think the use of creeds and confessions in the church is much neglected, but is actually a very important aspect of healthy church life. When Paul was reaching the end of his own life and wrote the pastoral epistles to the church, 1st and 2nd Timothy and the letter of Titus, he proposed to Timothy that he needed to do two things really for the well-being of the church in the future. He needed to appoint overseers and deacons, and he needed to hold fast to a form of sound words. And in church history, the form of sound words has generally been expressed in the form of a creed or a confession. Now, many Protestants will say, well, I have no creed but the Bible and no confession but Christ. In actual fact, when you think about it, you do believe that the Bible means something. Your minister doesn't stand up on a Sunday and simply read the Bible to you. He proclaims what it says, he tells you what it means, and what you think the Bible means, that is your creed or your confession. So there's a sense in which Christians are not divided over those who have creeds and confessions and those who don't, but over those who have creeds and confessions and write them down and allow others to examine them in the light of Scripture, and those who don't. And I think for a healthy church life, to know what we believe, to be able to stand firm on the truths of Scripture, to be able to proclaim those truths to our neighbours, to be able to explain to our neighbours and even to other churches what we believe, what we hold important, where we stand. Creeds, confessions, statements of faith are extremely important. So I hope this book will be of some help in persuading you of that. I start by looking at the biblical case for creeds and confessions. Then I move through the history of creeds and confessions, then to look at how creeds and confessions can be used in praise and worship and in healthy discipleship within the church. It's not an exhaustive account of these things, but I do hope that it provides you sufficient material, sufficient things to think about, to go away and look at how you might apply creeds and confessions in your own churchy life and in your own discipleship.